Our topic for today is all about the quality culture changing hearts, minds, and attitudes. Activating cultural change. To attempt the implementation of total quality without creating a quality culture is to invite failure. Organization in which the prevailing culture is based on traditional management practices are not likely to succeed in the implementation of total quality. Successful total quality requires cultural change. Several primary reasons cultural change must either precede or at least parallel the implementation of total quality are described here. Sometimes we need to accept failure. Sabi nga nila, failing fast gets you that much closer to success. Minsan kailangan din natin ng trial and error bago maging successful. Yung ibang company mas prefer nila ang cultural change because culture is always evolving. Culture change when something new. Kaya mas prefer ng ibang company ang cultural change dahil kailangan maka-adapt sa pagbabago kaysa sa nakasanayan. Change cannot occur in hostile environment. The total quality approach to doing business may be radically different from what management and employees are accustomed to. Managers who are used to sitting in their lonely towers at the top of the pecking orders and issuing edicts from on high are likely to reject the concept of employee involvement and empowerment. Employees who are used to competing against their fellow employees for promotions and wage increases may not be open to mutually supportive internal partnership and teamworks. Situations such as this can create an environment that is hostile toward change. No matter how desirable that change can be difficult, even when people want to do it so. It can be impossible at hostile environment. Sabi nga, the most effective methods comes from the top down. One of the key to making change happen is the action of the corporate leader. Minsan, kahit gusto natin ng pagbabago, kung hindi naman approve sa isang leader ang changes, magiging baliwala lang. When a corporate leader is truly committed to change, he or she becomes a guiding light for the entire organizations. Once a company has made a commitment to change, it is important that all members of the senior management team understand and embraces the change. Moving to total quality takes time. The nature of total quality is such that the organization may have to go down to somewhat before it can turn things around and start to come up. In a conversion to total quality, positive results are rarely achieved in the short run. This characteristic gives non-believers and people who just don't want to change, and such people are often in the majority at first. The opportunity to promote that I told you it wouldn't work syndrome. If your mindset is negative, whenever a negative thought comes to mind you, have to quickly switch it to positive ones. Even if you have no purpose for physically changing anything, just thought will help change that too. Thoughts leads to action. Minsan kailangan natin maniwala na kaya natin ma-achieve ang pagbabago kung may positive mindset lamang tayo. At di pa paapekto sa mga negative thoughts ng ibang tao na maaari lang tayo hilahin pababa. It can be difficult to overcome the past employees who have worked in an organization for any period of time have probably seen a variety of management fads come and go. Promoting the latest management gimmicks and then letting it die for lack of interest may be part of the existing organization culture. If this is the case, it will be difficult to overcome the past. Past employees will remember earlier fads and gimmicks. Management fads come and go, but one thing never changes: The fact that the most management fads don't seem to last. Management fads comes and go, and very few are effective long term. But when you find a management style that works for you, you create a foundation to which you can return when the going gets tough. Changing leaders to activate change. Cultural change is one of the most difficult challenges an organization will ever face. It is hard to achieve under even the best of circumstances. Leadership from the top is essential. Consequently, sometimes an organization culture simply cannot be changed without a change in leadership. Sabi nga nila, leading culture change means changing yourself before others. As a leader, nasa atin nagsisimula yung desisyon kung gusto natin magkaroon ng pagbabago sa pamamalakad sa ating workplace. Kaakibat ng pagbabago, dapat isinasaalang-alang din natin yung mga nasasakupan natin. Kung masaya ba sila sa changes or hindi. The single most important action of any leader is to role model the behavior they wish to see others exhibit in the organization. Senior managers are likely to be the individuals in an organization with the greatest investment in the past, and as a result, the greatest a loyalty to orthodoxy. If the old adage holds true that an organization is the lengthened shadow of one person, then the CEO must be the key player in changing an organization culture. A leader's vision is an important factor that influences how things are done in an organization. Thus, culture change often follows changes at the highest level of the organization. Pero minsan bukod sa leader, may mga managers or higher position na against sa platform or changes na gusto mong ipatupad. Kaya di gaano kabilis umusad yung gusto mong pagbabago. As a result, a company may find it helpful to remove managers and other powerful employees who are acting as a barrier to change. How does one know or how can one tell when it will be necessary to change leader to change the organization? 1. Are the current leaders fully knowledgeable of the need to change and the ramification of not changing? Yung current leader ba natin is ready na sa kahihinatnan ng mga pagbabago? Willing ba siya sumugal sa failures? Are the current leaders able to articulate a vision for the new organization? Yung current leader ba ay may goal na gusto ma-achieve sa pagbabago na gusto niya gawin? Have the current leaders set the tone for change and establish an organization-wide sense of urgency? The company that are performing better have people in managerial and executive positions who are more able to find opportunities in this increasingly changing world. 4. Are the current leaders willing to remove all obstacles to cultural change? 5. Do current leaders have history following through on change initiative? 7. Are the current leaders willing to empower employees at all levels of organization to make cultural change? Kakibat ng changes, yung leader ba ay kaya ma-implement yung changes na gusto niya? Kung gusto natin ma-achieve ang success through changes, marapat na ready ang mga nasasakupan sa mga nais nating pagbabago. In our organization that needs to make a major cultural change, the answer to all of this question must be yes. Cultural changes require support, ideas, and leadership from employees at all levels. Senior executives who are unwillingly to empower employees to think and do will block cultural changes. And that's all